Our next story is on Gwyneth Paltrow, who countersues over 2016 skiing accident. This is also another interesting story.
Be honest, I don't think we touched much on the first story. We had more of an argument, a back and forth on the definition of publishing. And
but do you have any last final words?
Yeah, final words. Basically, I just think that if there was this contract, there has actually been a breach on the estate of Michael Jackson, and they have every right to sue because they have released malicious statements about his property, his business, and his brand.
His person, his brand.
And his brand. So it is legally viable for them to sue.
Absolutely, yes. I agree as well.
Yeah.
All right, Elsie, do you want to finalize on that before we move on? Okay, all right. So we're talking next about Gwyneth Paltrow, regarding a skiing accident. And apparently this skiing accident took place in 2016. Yes, and it was in Utah. And now there's a case of he said, she said, because initially I think she was the one that was saying he hit her from behind. And he's now saying that she's the one that hit her from behind during the skiing event that took place then. So it's like, as I said, it's
and
a
how
case
much was he suing her for then?
For $3.1 million US, and then she's now countersuing with $1, sorry, with
just
all
a
of
symbolic $1 to prove a point.
Exactly, but it's in addition to all of her own bills. It's in addition to all of the legal fees and all the other costs associated with it. So she's not going to pay anything. I think she's going to just pay the legal team their costs and the administration costs, and that's it. So like you said, it's symbolic. So she's just charging for.
She's just trying to make a point.
Exactly. So she's saying that he's trying to take advantage of her wealth and her celebrity status. Because at the time that it happened, he apologized or something because he hit her, according to what she said, that he apologized at the time, and that now he's not even, and they asked him if it was okay that there were two trainers that were training them, on how to ski, and everybody was asking him, how he was, and he said he was fine, only for things to come back, like 2 years later down the line, and he's like saying the complete opposite. But the thing is, until he goes to court before we actually know who is telling the truth, because some people have said that Gwyneth Paltrow is actually the one lying, so we don't really know what's going to stand in court.
Well, eyewitnesses that were there when it happened actually said that he was the one
at fault.
Hit her from behind.
And then she said that she was so traumatized by the event, she didn't ski for the rest of the day, even though it was in the morning. And they went for a skiing trip holiday with her children, she said. So like I said, it's either we're going to find out the real truth, in court, or one of them is lying. And then I think, like she said, he might be trying to, get some money out, because 3.1 million is a lot. And apparently before the incident,
he suffered a lot of damages, like he had a concussion that led to memory loss. And
come on, if he's just saying yeah, okay, all right.
Must you tackle? Must you always wear your boxing gloves? He said he suffered a concussion, memory loss,
brain injury or something.
4 ribs, he said he broke.
Yes, so there is no way you can fake that. There are doctors' report to show that because she actually said his fall was very hard. She also suffered minor injuries, so it was a collision that was obviously close.
But if the collision wasn't her fault, then
that's the thing.
Yes, but at the end of the day,
you can't come and sue someone for your own problems.
Yeah, but now, like you said, it's a case of he said, she said.
Yeah.
So till we go to court, that's where we'll find out who is actually saying.
And don't forget, one of the things you mentioned, Ife, is the fact that there were witnesses and they're all in support of Paltrow. So we'll see how it plays in court, because
we don't know if
lawyers,
they are all in support. I just know some witnesses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even one person is enough. And really? can help in her case. That's what I'm saying. If he doesn't have any, if one person is enough to sway the judgment one way or another. I
think if they have two on both sides, and then the four witnesses recount the story, it will be easy for you to know who is telling a lie, because there'll have to be like a loophole somewhere. Yeah.
All right, guys, we need to move on to our next story now, and it's also another interesting headline to do with legal terms and suing and stuff.
We went to court today.
Sorry?
We are in court today.
We're in court today, yes. All right.
Yeah. So that the election will not be postponed tomorrow. because we will go to court.
Okay, so this next headline is on 50 Cent as he gets to court to authorize access to Teairra Mari's financial records. Okay, so I think we should just...
But what does he need the records for?
Because you argue legal terms with me like
I'm a lawyer myself.
Background law
in law. Yes, don't you think I have a background in law?
No, you don't.
Come on now, don't you think?
No.
I don't.
You don't think? But I argue intelligently like a lawyer.
No, you don't.
Anyone who argues intelligently will not tell you they argue intelligently. They will let their intelligence speak for itself.
Oh, Ife tries to sound very, utopian advocate right now. But let's come back to this story.
Please don't ask me my question.
Please, what's in your tea?
Maybe I've had one too many last night.
What does he need this record for? That is my question.
Okay, first
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, go on.
Okay, no, please go on.
No, I was just going to launch into it, but I think it's better if we have a background.
Okay, launch it to it so he'll pick it up from there.
Because I think there was like a lawsuit between Teairra Mari and 50 Cent.
And the ex-boyfriend.
And the ex-boyfriend, and I think she sued both of them. She was suing for privacy, lack of privacy, or something like that, and she lost. Okay, and then I think she was ordered to pay all of 50 Cent's legal fees. Yes, $30,000. And then I think this is not something that is a fact. It's just my own thinking. So I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, or if that's not a fact, it will come across eventually anyway. But I think she's claiming that she can't pay that money. And that's one of the reasons why I think they want to see her financial records, because if you have more than enough, and you can't pay just $30,000, dollars, then we need to see your financial records to see if you can actually pay or not pay. The bank records don't lie, so either if she's lying, it will show, and I think that's what's going on. But I don't know that for a fact.
Well, like you rightly said, that could be one of the reasons, and it could also be a negotiation scheme. Like, okay, we're trying to negotiate. You want $30,000. We're going to pay you $30,000 in the span of 5 years. But this is my this is my financial records. I could pay you $3,000 every year. For the next 10 years for you to get your so 50 Cent needs to see that, like, okay, to agree to those terms. So there are different ways you can look at it. We don't know the reason why they are actually asking for statements of accounts and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I think it's the right thing to do, because if you're suing somebody and they're supposed to pay you, then you should know if they're able to afford it and how long it would take them for them to pay you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Elsie, Ife has come up with a theory. I've come up with one. Do you have one?
I think the theory both of you came up with is basically almost the same thing. It's just to be sure that whatever she's claiming is happening with her finances right now is true. So, yeah.
All right.